to our second tutorial for Unity. We are learning about game objects and components. So we are building games in Unity using games object and components. In this tutorial, we will learn about game objects and components and use our knowledge to fix problems in another level of our game. Okay, everything we can see in our scene is a game object. I guess what it means by scene is this one over here. Game objects are the building blocks of Unity. A game object on its own doesn't do anything. We add things called components to game objects to change how they look and behave. So you give them like a characteristic or personalities, a physics, so to speak. Like if you see a game object of a round thing, looks like a ball, it doesn't do anything unless you add components. You add like, oh, it can roll probably like 10 meters per second and so on, right? When you drop it from the air, it behaves like this. So it's like giving it the characteristic of a real in a real in, like a real object in the real world. A components tell Unity what the game object does, such as move or make a sound. Okay, enter play mode. Okay, so I'm entering play mode by clicking that uh, button over there. Okay, now we are on the play mode. Now we move the green triangle marker. Move to the green triangle marker, sorry. Move to here. Use the arrow keys or WASD. Okay, so I'm moving now that person over here. If you see it, see my arrow here. This guy over here, the small blue guy. Moving, 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 moving. Ah, and then moving to the thing. Ah! Okay. And if you continue, it's gonna die. It's gonna die. Psh, disappear. Oh, that's so tragic. Okay. Now exit play mode. To make change to our game, you must leave play mode. Click the play button to exit. Okay. So I'm gonna click that again. Okay. Done. Next. So we cannot move any further because the box one game object doesn't fall when the green platform moves. To make the box game object fall, we will add a component to it. The component is called Rigidbody. It's because the game object doesn't fall when the green platform move. Okay, so I think I'm trying to understand the game object over here is like a laser thing, and the guy cannot move past through it because he's gonna die. So right now, to make big the game object fall, we have to add a component, and it's called rigid body. Rigid body components are part of Unity built-in physics system. Adding a rigid body component to a game object means that the game object will be affected by physics forces, such as gravity, just like us. When we fall, we fall like from what, first floor, second floor, third floor. The higher the floor, um, the more awi it is to our body, right? So we applied uh, gravity to our body. So just like that. So that in Unity is called rigid body. It's one of the components. Mirror component is it's a way to make a game object in Unity become more um, like real in the real world, basically, right? You applied a physicality, a characteristic, so to speak. Okay, now select the box one game object. So this is the box one game object. Um, okay, I'm selecting it just by clicking it. Okay, and then the highlighted window is called the inspector window. So here on your right, on the right, there's a window. It's called inspector. And this inspector is a reference to the object that I just clicked. right? It says box one here, right? Um, when we select a game object, we see information about it in the inspector window. So we can see where the position is minus 17.227 on our x-axis, and the y is 5.4, and the z is 2.5, and so on, right? So we have all of this information, right, for this particular game object. Okay, next. So now we can use inspector window to add a component to the selected game object. So as we were saying earlier, that a component is part of to make a game object more interesting, you know, to it physicality or characteristic. And how to do that is by clicking the game object, and the inspector window is going to open up, and then you can select what kind of component. So in the inspector window at the bottom, click the add component button. So if you go to the bottom here, you can see the add component, click it, and then it will give you a window, drop down window, and you can choose what kind of component. Like there's analytics, AR, audio, effects, event, layout, and so on, right? So in this case, it's asking us to add um, uh, under physics a rigid body. So you go physics, click it, and then you have more selections there, and then you choose rigid body. Okay, it's selected, and then it will appear on the inspector, the rigid body as window under the inspector window, as you can see from here, right? So you can see the mass is 1, drag is 0, angular drag 0.05, use gravity is kinematic, interpolate, and so on, right? And then there's some constraint too here. Yeah, we don't have to worry about that. Anyway, so that's how to add a component inside the inspector window to our game object. And in this case, the component it's called a rigid body, which is basically to add like a physicality, a real physics to the game object itself, just like in the real world. Okay, now we are going to click next. So we are going, so we're gonna test it right now. So we just modify the game object if it falls to apply the same characteristic in the real world, right? Um, and then we're going to test it. How do we test it? We are going to enter the play mode. So we're going to click display. Boom. No, I'm too fast. Okay. Now we're on the play mode, right? So now the game scene is highlighted, and then we are going to move the green to the green triangle marker. Okay. This guy over here, the blue guy, we're gonna move it there. Let's see what happened. There you go. You see that? That's amazing. It's like being dropped, right? It's cool. Yeah, so now you can like go there without being dead, basically, because it drops down and the laser just turned off. So move to the red square marker. So now we can move there easily, safely. Yay, we are safe. Okay, I'm moving it. Move, move. There you go. Ooh, what is that? I have no idea what is that thing. There's a game object number 2 over there. So we still cannot complete the level because we cannot get past the second laser. Okay. So now we are gonna exit the play mode by clicking the display button. There you go. Next, uh, the highlighted window is called the hierarchy window. So we have another window over here. So we have scene window, we have a game window, we have hierarchy, the one over here that's being highlighted. We have inspector to add components, to add physicality or characteristic to our game object. and we have a project here. I do not know if this is a tutorial. If you use it in the in not in a tutorial mode, what window is this gonna be? But anyway, let's move on. So in if you see under the hierarchy window, is a list of everything we can see in the scene view. So everything we can see on the scene view, yeah, we can see the list of things here. So you can see it as box one, which is highlighted. Box two, there is what is that? Goal? Oh no, what did I do? Jeez, what did I do? I just maximized that thing. No. Okay, good. Woo. Okay. All right, we're going back. Okay. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Restart tutorial. Oh no. No. Wait, wait. Can I can I go back? No, man. No way. Oh, it's hanging. Shoot. Okay, should I restart it? Okay. No, 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 no. Don't save. We'll just restart it really quickly. Sorry, guys. Um, where are we? Come on. Yes. Um, no, don't save. Just restart. Oh, it's kind of buggy, this thing. Come on. Don't hang on me. Don't hang on me. Okay. I think I think this doesn't work. I have no idea what's going on here. Okay, start. Let's forget. Sorry guys, we are restarting again. Okay. In the meantime, we are no, no, you don't want to do this. You don't want to do this. So anyway, in the meantime, I'm trying to convince you why the motivation behind learning Unity. Um, okay, so Unity is as I understood it, is one of the major platform to make a game, especially for AR, augmented reality, and virtual reality. I think the other engine that's quite well known is Unreal, but I think Unity, as far as I know, I think it's more popular, right? In fact, I think Facebook was contemplating to buy Unity at one point. I'm not sure whether they're still contemplating, um, but that's because Facebook is real big in virtual reality, right? As you guys, if you haven't know that Oculus belongs to Facebook, right? And Oculus is basically a virtual reality hardware platform um, that Facebook bought from the founder of Facebook. I forgot his name, but he was the guy that who kind of like supported for Trump. Yeah, good for him. Um, and he's already a billionaire. Anyway, I think virtual reality is going to be the next big revolution or evolution after the in the internet era. So we are seeing like, internet changes a lot of things in our world for the better. Of course, there's some things that are not so good, but in every technological development, if you look, there are um, always good and bad, but the good always outweighs, I think, the bad thing. But if you think about the internet, um, okay, I don't know what's happening. Okay, no, 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 just forget about it. Forget about it. I don't want to deal with it. Okay, so sorry, guys. Um, okay, anyway, so yeah, so I think if you look at the internet, right, it started about like 20 years ago, and people doesn't know, what is internet, how what are the like use cases, what are the applications. But fast forward 20 years from now, right now, we are seeing like Google, Facebook, Amazon, is Apple, yeah, is playing a huge role in shaping our life, right? Shaping our behavior. And virtuality, I think, is the next big platform that are going to hit really soon. Probably in the next 20 years, I think it's going to be really, really interesting to watch in the virtual reality arena. So if you are like new, this is a good time because like internet 20 years ago, if you start 20 years ago on the development of the in a web for internet, you are going to be like successful. You're going to be like really rich by now, right? Because you know all the technologies. You build a website, you or even if you work for yourself or for other people. So virtual reality is like the internet like 20 years ago. It's like still like a baby. It's still gonna hit like I think like the iPhone moment probably really soon. I bet probably in next either this year or next year. Um, Oculus from Facebook is gonna release their Oculus I think Quest, right? Which is the first portable virtual reality headset that has 6 degrees of freedom. So if you're new into virtual reality, there are basically two types of headset. One is they call it 4 degree of freedom, then the other is 6 degree of freedom. The 4 degree of freedom, it can basically detect only when you're moving your head, you know, and when you're moving your hands because you have also a controller in your hand, but it cannot detect your when you're moving like one step to the front or to the back or to the left or to the right, right? There is no sensors for that. Yeah, the 6 degree of freedom will allow uh, uh, you to be detected when you move your body to the left, to the right, step to the front, or step to the back. And the only thing that are available right now is still tethered to the expensive PC because you need a dedicated hardware which need a high graphics processing unit. I think at least NVIDIA 1070, which is about $300 on its own just for the graphics card only. So Oculus Quest this year, I think on March or on this spring or at least summer is gonna be released for and it's portable. So it's the first portable 6 degree of freedom, and I think that's gonna it could be the iPhone moment. I'm not sure. I'm probably like 70% sure. Like, but it's a really great moving forward for the virtual reality world. So if you are and I'm really excited about this because of the like the implications that we that's going to be happening, that's going to be unleashed with this technology. I think it's going to make a world a better place. It's a more connected place, and I think it's in line with what Facebook mission is to connect um, all the world around us. So by connecting means the natural way of connecting. The first way of connecting is by face to face, right? You meet people face to face, you feel their body presence, you have eye contact, right? But that's not possible for long distance. And the technology being invented for that help us to connect is a telephone or telegraph, right? but that's just through text or through audio. And we have now a lot of messaging apps to connect. And then the next step for that is basically probably like a FaceTime where we only talk, but you can only see the face of the person we're talking to, right? Like through Google Hangout or through FaceTime or through even like WhatsApp, they already have like the for the video features. So the next step for that, I think, is gonna be virtual reality. So you put on this headset on your head, and then you are just gonna connect with people all around the world at any time, right? And then you feel almost like you are there with that person. So this is what's the promise of a virtual reality, and I think it's gonna be a very very forceful technology that shape our lives in the next probably 20 years. And I think many of the industry has to it's going to disrupt many industry, and many of the industry also have to adjust. Otherwise, they're going to be like be the victim of this technology, just like when the mobile phone revolutionized the world. Many of the companies gone bankrupt, or even the e-commerce gone full steam, like Amazon, right? Many of the companies who doesn't adopt the technology really quickly, they are going to disappear. So, so this is a really good, I think, timing for you if you're especially new. Um, this technology, if you're interested, if you're passionate, or even if you're not passionate, so hopefully this will give you like a motivation why you should be doing this. It's not just for you, but it's also for other people, because other people will enjoy these things, right? Just like the invention of smartphone, the invention of Amazon and Google and so forth. So okay, we're back in whew, game object and object component. So I'm just gonna do this really quickly because we are way wasting time over here. I mean, not wasting. I mean, okay, enter play mode. We already done this. Okay, this is the one I don't understand. Click play button. Okay, I just click the play button. Sometimes the tutorial doesn't work really well. Um, oh man, I don't know. It's so annoying. Hmm. Let's see if I can move this guy. Yeah, still doesn't work. Okay, sorry guys. I think we have to forget about this thing. Yeah. Okay, I think we have to continue this next time. Okay. So